Okay, we're going to sketch y is equal to 2x plus 2 using all three methods. Now obviously we've got three different methods to draw the same equation. So we're going to get the same line. Each equation has its own line. Right, we start off with the table method. Now remember, with the table method, we draw a table and we choose values for x. And x is going to be minus 1, 0 and 1. We substitute these values in there to find values for y. We substitute the x to find y. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to take out the x, put in a negative 1 plus 2. So y is equal to negative 2 plus 2, so y is equal to 0. When x is minus 1, y is 0. Right, now let's substitute x as 0. When we substitute in the equation, instead of the x, we're going to put a 0. Y is equal to 0 plus 2. Y is equal to 2. So when x is 0, that's going to fall away. Y is equal to 2. Okay, now let's put x as 1. Substitute x as 1. So y is equal to 2x, and x is now 1 plus 2. Y is equal to 2 plus 2. Y is equal to 4. So when x is 1, y is 4. Now this will give us a coordinate. When x is minus 1, y is 0. There's minus 1 there. When x is minus 1, y is 0. So it's right on that point. So in other words, at that coordinate has got two values. An x value of minus 1 and a y value of 0. When x is 0 or 0, y is 2. It's at that point there. You see, at that point there, x is 0 and y is 2. When x is 1, that's x is 1 there, y is 4. That's the coordinate that we're going to get there. So if I was to join up these three coordinates, I will get that line there. Right, now let's use the dual intercept method. I'm going to use three different colors so we can see whether the three different colors coordinates are going to give us all the same line. Using the dual intercept method, we know that there's two steps to it. The first step is to make x equal to 0, and then we can find a value for y. And that's step number 1. Step number 2, we make y equal to 0 and we'll find a value for x. So we need to find those two values. Going back to your equation, there's your equation. When x is 0, so just put a 0, that's going to disappear. Y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2. When y is 0, we're substituting y is 0. So there's your equation. Y is equal to 2x plus 2. We take out the y, we put a 0, equals to 2x plus 2. Take the 2 over to that side, divide both sides by 2, and x is going to equal to negative 1. X is equal to negative 1. Now if we sketch this, remember that's going to give us a coordinate. When x is 0, y is 2. When x is 0, y is 2, it's going to land exactly on that point there. And when y is 0, this will give us our second coordinate. When y is 0, x is minus 1. When y is 0, x is minus 1. Now you can see that if I was to join those two red coordinates, I would get exactly the same line. And I expected it to be the same line because we're sketching the same equation, just in a different way. Another way of drawing or sketching that same equation. Now let's use green to do the gradient intercept method. We are still sketching y is equal to 2x plus 2 with the gradient intercept method. Two steps to it. Find c and find m. And we know that the formula for gradient is your change in y over your change in x. Let's fill in those numbers there. What is your c? Remember, this is in the standard form. Y is equal to mx plus c. That's your c. So we know that c is equal to 2. Then we know that that's m, the number in front of the x, the coefficient of x is your m. The gradient there is going to be 2, and if I want to write 2 over another number, 2 over 1. So in other words, 2 over 1 is the same as 2. That's my change in y, and that's my change in x. Now to sketch the gradient intercept method, we know that C is the y-intercept, where it cuts the y-axis. So we know it's going to go through that point over there. To find your next coordinate, you go to your gradient. From this point here, your change in y is positive 2. So we're going up 1, 2, 1, 2. So from there I went 1, 2. My change in x is 1. Remember, x left to right. So if it's positive, it's to the right. If it's negative, it's to the left. But the negative, we're going to be coming to that in the next couple of lessons. So change in y was 2. We went 2 up. Change in x is 1. That is our second coordinate. Now if I joined the black dots, so that's the line I'm going to get. That was using the table method. We used the table method. If I join up the red dots, I will get exactly the same line. That was the dual intercept method. And if I join up the green dots, I will get exactly the same line. And I expected the same line because I'm using 3 different ways to sketch the same equation. Now you need to know all 3 to be able to sketch. And in exams and tests, we will ask you to use a particular method, or if we don't ask and we just say sketch the following equations, you can then choose which method you are going to use.